But I do believe our dreams are majorly influenced from demonic entities.
Pick a dream that you really hate,
Just one. Um,
or the most disturbing dream that you've
yeah,
ever
I've
had.
had like recently. I had a dream. I wasn't sure if I should discuss it or not, but I think I will. It was about me
Hmm,
dissecting my own body in a lab. Yeah,
that's cute.
yeah.
Details,
Yeah.
please.
So yeah, basically I just saw it like that. I was in a lab in our anatomy lab. Um, and it was like I just saw that there was a body. And I mean, it was weird because I don't know where I was. Like I could see my body on the dissection table. Um, but at the
Hmm.
same time I was standing and I felt like it didn't feel like someone else was dissecting my body. Like I could feel the pain and everything, like literally every single incision I could feel. But then I
Hmm.
was the one making those incisions. So I could feel like, you know how, like you wouldn't know how it feels, but when you run the scalpel on someone's body,
Hmm.
it has like because obviously your skin sort of gives, especially if you've been dead for a while. And
Hmm.
I could feel that. So I was experiencing
Ew.
both of those things. And it was just so real.
So, was it like three of you, one as spectator hovering over the body, one is the person who's dissecting, and one is the
Yeah,
one person lying on the
that's probably the
table?
best way to describe it. Yes, that's exactly how it felt.
That's messed
Yeah,
up.
you think? So yeah, I mean, I don't even know how I got there. I was just in my lab and casual, like I'm not even panicking. Even the dead part of my body or wherever it wasn't like it was in pain, but it wasn't panicking. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm dead. What's gonna happen to me? Or what's happening? Why am I
Hmm.
dissecting myself? It was nothing like that. I was just calm. I was just like looking, and I was completely detached from the situation.
Hmm.
And I remember, I don't know exactly how much detail I can go into, but I remember,
Please go ahead.
I don't want to
Feel
get
free.
like,
It's anonymous.
I'm more worried about getting banned than people identifying that it's me. But yeah, I
Hmm.
remember that I pulled out my lung, and I remember pulling out one lung. I don't know what happened to the other one. And that's when I realized that I'm actually alive. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm alive. Why am I dissecting myself? Why am I pulling out my organs? So I just like
Hmm.
quickly stitched myself back up. And at that time, when I
Hmm.
was like stitching myself, it was actually me, as in the person who was on the dissection table, rather than the person who was
Hmm.
doing the dissection. So I was there, I was like, oh my God,
Oh.
what's happening? Like, I'm alive. Why am I doing this? So I just like stitched myself back up. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know where my lung went. It's so nasty. Yeah, I don't know where it was. But anyway, I went back home. I felt fine. Like I wasn't like having troubles breathing. But then like in
Hmm.
between, like a thought struck me. I was like, can you actually survive on one lung? Like I should know this. But in my dream I didn't. So I was like, can I actually survive? Like is everything gonna be okay? And then I was like, I remember thinking that I should probably go and see my GP and
Hmm.
ask them
Totally.
that,
Yeah.
I think I have one lung. I think I've lost my other lung. But I just, and I
Yeah.
was thinking, like I know it sounds like such a messed up dream, and I was so casual and calm.
Such an intellectual dream at the same time. Messed up,
Yeah,
but your logic is working
exactly, because I
fine.
wasn't
You're
panicking.
calm and
Yeah. So I was like
yeah.
thinking about it in a logical way. And at that time I was thinking, like, yeah, but how am I gonna explain it to my doctor? Like she would ask me what happened to your lung. Am I gonna say I took it?
Cigarettes. Mm.
Don't smoke, people. But yeah, I was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, okay, I'll just like give it another day or so, see if I feel okay.
Hmm.
Um, and
Hmm.
then I was kind of panicking at that time. I started panicking. I was like, what if I just like wait for a couple of days, and then I realized that I needed my other lung. I really needed it. And, the people at the lab,
Hmm.
they probably already discarded it, or, the tissues died and I can't put it back in again.
Hmm.
And yeah, it
Hmm.
was like that kind of thoughts were just going through my head. that was one of the
Hmm.
creepiest and weirdest dream. Like I wasn't scared while I was dreaming it, but when I woke up,
Hmm.
I just asked myself, like, what the hell? What was that? I've been having these sort of dreams a lot.
Hmm.
I mean, I would rather if it's me than someone else, but still, as in,
Yeah. Oh my God, this is so incredible.
yes,
And for me, it's like always cooking
cooking shit.
in the toilet, in like a massive, there's like a
Yeah.
graveyard. There's this one place I keep
Hmm.
visiting or seeing, keep visiting. So there's this one place I have visited. I'll say visiting because that's how it felt
Yeah.
like repeatedly. It's a graveyard, and it's usually twilight. I cannot tell if it's night or day. It's something in between, but it's
Hmm.
dark. In that graveyard, there's like a structure, ruins kind of structure, and there's like plants growing from the walls, and it's old
Hmm.
ruins basically. I go inside. There's this dark place. It's a toilet cum kitchen, a huge place, and it's
Hmm.
filthy. And I'm cooking there. There's like a black cauldron, and I'm cooking something, and I can see hair in it.
Ew.
It's like a witch's cauldron, I'm very
Hmm.
sure. The place stinks as it would stink in real life. Like that
Yeah.
bad. Not a version of it, but
Wow.
actual. There's like filth everywhere. I can feel the presence of two or three women
Hmm.
around. They're roaming about, but when I turn to look at them, I can't see them somehow. Somehow in the dream and after waking up, as I was writing this dream in my
Hmm.
journal, thought struck me. It's like a past
Uh-huh.
life. It's
Ew.
crazy thought. But
Hmm.
it just felt like it that maybe I was like part of this coven kind of
Uh-huh.
thing, and we are all witches or something, and it was messed up. And while I was writing the dream down in my dream journal without any biases or without any input from my
Hmm.
end, I just have this really strong feeling or a thought that this was what it was.
Wow.
I was like, okay, time to just stop writing things in dream journal because I don't know where I'll go with this. Sometimes I just feel very excited about it because I'm a big fan of H.P. Lovecraft, and I just got his complete
Wow.
collection. In the preface, it's written that he used to have really bad
Hmm.
nightmares. So he started writing them down. They were really weird and horrid nightmares,
Yeah.
really. And he used to write them down, and then he just printed his
Hmm.
nightmares as stories, and he's like the best horror fiction writer ever. So I want to go there as well, but I don't want to end up crazy and totally disturbed or stuck in an astral plane like
I know. I've
Insidious.
definitely had like dreams that are like the whole story in itself. Like it's not a disconnected piece. It's a complete story.
Hmm.
Like I know the beginning and I know the end. But
Hmm.
it is kind of creepy to actually write about them and make money off of it. Like I wouldn't mind making money off it, but it's still disturbing.
Hmm.
But
It's
yeah.
disturbing, yeah, because I decided that I really decided and took a call that I'll start writing these dreams down and I'll make stories out
Mm,
of them and they'll be so exciting. But the thing is, it really affects
yeah.
you. The dreams get worse. It's like, again, it's like you open a gateway and your brain or the astral plane or the dream designers or whatever it is, that department is like, okay, you're asking for it. Here you go. I'll give you more
I know.
stuff. Write as much as you want. But the thing is, you get really disturbed because reading on a paper is a different experience, and really living
Mm,
it is so
yeah.
different from just reading or watching a
True.
movie because you're in it and it's
And it's
horrible.
directly affecting you. That's true. But honestly, the dream that
Yeah.
you were talking about just now, it sounds more like a black magic related dream rather than like, just something that your brain cooked up.
Ah, I remember you telling me that
Yeah.
when I had this dream and I told you about it. I don't know if I told you about the dream journaling bit where I got this thought that I was a
Hmm.
part of a
You
coven
didn't.
and it's like a
Hmm.
past life thing. The thing is, when I woke up and I discussed this dream with you, and that time I had been having these really horrible dreams, which were very similar, very
Yeah.
similar. And you're the one who told me that, this really sounds like the side effect of like a
Yeah,
black
someone putting a
magic or
curse on
something
you or
like that.
something.
Yeah.
Like I know because like I've had similar dreams as well, and I'm pretty sure like I know my family doesn't agree, but I'm like almost
Hmm.
99% sure that it did happen. But I've had like
Hmm.
dreams like that. One of my it's such a weird thing, but I've always like wanted a house with a huge bathroom. Like I still want her. Like it's not
Hmm.
that something's put me off. I don't care
Hmm.
about the rooms. Like they can be like tiny little holes. I don't care, but I want a huge bathroom in my house.
Hmm.
So I had a dream, like I had like multiple dreams like that, but I had this one dream where there was like we bought a house and there was a huge bathroom. It was like beautiful. It was amazingly beautiful. Like I can go on for hours
Hmm.
about the details of the bathroom, but it was nice. And I remember, like, I went in there, I was like, oh, I'll just give it like a good clean, and this would be like my bathroom. And I remember telling my family that, oh, you guys can use the other bathroom, this is mine. And then I went in there, and like all of a sudden everything just changed. Like it turned into like a really dark and dirty place with, as you mentioned, like with pieces everywhere, pieces of stuff
Hmm.
everywhere. It was just a really nasty place. And yeah, it was just very weird. And like the way it changed, it just scared me because I was like, it was fine a minute ago. Like what made that dream just turn completely the opposite of what I
I have
wanted.
experienced that. I've experienced that a couple of
Mm,
times. Things are going great and it's beautiful and it's like a garden and
mm,
sunlight. And in like just like that, it turns into like a horrible
yeah,
scene and it becomes dark all of a sudden. Or it's not about the dark even. It becomes
yeah.
horrid.
Like you can sense
It becomes a dirty. Yeah, you can
that.
sense the energy changes
Yeah, yeah.
completely.
And especially when, like, yeah, like
So,
you mentioned that you could feel like other people in your dream. That's not
hmm.
normal. Like,
That's not normal. Yeah. And I've felt that most of them are from the time that we are talking about when you told me that there's somebody who has put a curse on you or it's like a
mm,
black magic thing because you've read about it so
yeah.
much. So, I've had more experience around that time,
Mm.
that I was having a bad 3 or 4 months basically when it came to,
I'm having a bad life here. Or maybe bad 3 or 4 lives.
at
I don't
least you're
even
not
know.
cooking people in a cauldron.
Um,
Well, you've
no
had
comments.
worse. Yeah, you've had
No,
worse.
I have actually. Yeah, like I don't know. Like
Ah, I remember. Yeah, I now I know. Okay, next time maybe.
yeah, I try not to talk about those dreams because they just make me feel super uncomfortable. Like
Hmm.
I just, those are the kind of dreams that would make me question my own sanity. Like I just think, like, is there something going on in my head that I don't know? Am I gonna do something in the future that I'm getting, hints for right now? So I
Hmm.
just try. Those are the dreams that disturb me a lot, even though I'm not the one getting hurt in those dreams.
Hmm.
I just get scared of them.
Ew. Okay.
Yeah. But
Amazing.
anyways, yeah, I mean dreams are amazing and scary at the same time. But
Hmm.
I mean, like we were saying that, oftentimes it could be just your
Yeah.
brain. But then there are times when there's other things that are going on in your life, or there could be energies around you that are influencing your dream.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you're so vulnerable when you're sleeping because your guard's down. You don't know what's going on in your life. You don't know what's going on
Hmm.
around you. Anything can come and whisper things into your ear and make you see them. It's just scary. There have been times when I thought about recording myself while I was sleeping
Hmm.
just to see if I snore or not. But then I
Hmm.
went, yeah, there's like some really disturbing videos on YouTube that I decided not to do that. I was like, what if I find something?
Welcome to the wonderful world of bitter cows. Ew.
I know. It's just nasty.
But I want to explore it more. What is it? Is it like scumbag dream designers or is it scumbag brain? Or it's like influences
Hmm.
from the life we really live. And I don't know how it can show me cauldrons and everything. And
Like a
it's
lot
hard
of
to
times,
believe.
yeah, a lot of times people do say that you dream whatever you've seen during the day or whatever you're obsessing about. But
I
I
refuse to
doubt,
believe that.
yeah, I mean, that's what I was
Yeah.
going to say. Like, I doubt that you obsess over cooking in cauldrons or like cooking in the toilet in
Hmm.
your daily life. I don't think that's,
Or demons taking forms of people, and I'm happy to see them, even though I know that they're demons. I'm happy to
wow.
see them and I'm making out with them, and they try to keep their human form, but
Ugh,
they just get caught up in the emotion and they take their real form every now and then. And
yeah.
I'm just looking at them and they keep switching between human form and demon form, and it's horrible.
Oh my
And the
God.
demon form is not something that I've seen in on Netflix or all these supernatural TV series. Nothing like that. It's something
Mhm.
I've never seen before. It's something I don't know. I can't
Yeah.
understand from where I can get influenced from to create that level of detail and that level of disturbingness, if you know
Yes.
what I mean.
Yes, I
So,
know. I know exactly what
and
you mean.
and
Mm.
at the same time, like moons are multiplying in the night sky and being eclipsed, and I'm wondering
Wow.
what planet is this, because Earth has just one moon, and I'm trying to apply logic, and
Yeah,
it's horrible, really. So
I know.
I'm really interested in exploring what's the reason behind it.
Yeah.
Basically, how do I control it? How do I not have those dreams? And what's a therapy, basically?
I mean,
Because
I
the
wish I knew.
therapist just tells you, why don't you just take these meds and you'll be fine.
I know.
So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's got nothing to do with the things that we sort of discuss or think about all the day,
yeah.
because I'm obsessed with paranormal videos. Like, I literally spend hours and hours on YouTube, on like Netflix or whatever,
Hmm.
watching people retelling their true encounters
Hmm.
with the paranormal world. But I don't see that stuff that often.
And I
Like,
never watch that stuff. I never do.
yeah, and you still see them,
Not because
and
I'm
I,
scared. It's just that
mm,
I see other stuff. I'm not scared of it at all. But the thing is, it's
yeah,
very strange that you don't have those dreams, but I do.
yeah,
And the thing is, in the next episode, maybe we can discuss the dreams which have a premonition kind of feel to them.
yeah.
And
We definitely have those.
yeah, because that has happened to me at least.
Yeah.
And it has happened so many times that I find it very difficult to think that, okay, science and brains and
Mm.
neurology, and that's all there is to dreams, because we have shared the premonition experiences,
Yes,
and
definitely. Like, especially
it
the details
cannot,
that you've told me.
yeah, it's so difficult to just let that go, or just think that it was a coincidence,
Yeah,
or so
I
many
know.
coincidences. And there's just too much stuff to talk about when it comes to premonition and dreams. So
Definitely.
we'll definitely discuss that in the next episode. Since I've had psychic
Hmm.
dreams, that's what they are, because we have proof and we have
Yeah,
discussed everything and we know what it
yeah.
is. It's very difficult for me to just accept that the demon dreams are not real and it's just a figment of my
No,
imagination.
I definitely believe that
So,
it's got
hmm,
something to do with the psychic abilities. I'm not saying that you're a psychic. I'm not saying that I'm a psychic, but there's
hmm,
definitely like some surge of power.
there's more to
Yeah,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
There's something definitely happens where you've like, at least for you, I can be sure that you went through like that psychic phase where your dream just like come true.
Because I was kind of honing
Mm,
it, and I stopped delving into it, or I shut that door because it was getting very
mm.
strong. I think I got really
Yeah,
scared. I don't want to play with energies I don't
exactly.
understand.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's a good idea to
Yeah,
like stay
like we
away from it.
discussed in the True Encounters with Supernatural episode.
Yes.
So let's not go there.
Next episode.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
I
Yeah,
know.
I'm shook. I think I'm gonna cry.
I'm mook. I really need to stop.
No. Oh my God. So next episode, we'll be discussing the premonition
Mhm.
dreams.
Yep.
If there is any such thing as psychic dreams.
Yeah, which I truly believe that there is. But we'll try and talk about the reasons why we get those psychic dreams, and if anyone else has had them, you can let us know on our
Hmm,
social media. Just a shameless plug. But
totally.
yes, but I think
And the shameless cows.
no, I'm really looking forward to the next episode where we talk about these things, because like it's just a whole new things. Like, up until the things that we've discussed up until now, it's like, oh, maybe
Hmm,
this happens, maybe that happens. But that stuff, like, we have real proof that it's happened. So we're going to talk
yeah,
about that in the next some other episodes. I don't know if it's going to be the next one or the ones after.
totally.
Right? Thank you for
Okay.
listening.
Take care. More? No.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything.
All right. Bye.
Bye.